So, this is week 4 and vlog 4. This week we have been running scenes, which is really nice, because we've set a load of scenes and now we're starting running them over again. So we're really getting a grasp for the musical and how it all fits together, and everyone's getting a much better, clearer understanding of how it all fits together. I started my choreography for Rocking the Boat. And also, we added more choreography to Look Be a Lady and ran it a couple of times. So yeah. So, running scenes. So, as you know, last week I spoke about how we were blocking the scenes and how it was moving quickly, however, some individual things were taking longer than expected. Which was, it was a bit of it got everyone a little bit more, restless. However, this week, because we started running them, everyone sort of had a good chance to get involved and to see how all the musical works, and have a good chance to see when they come on for scenes and when they go off for scenes and what they'll be doing when they're not on, and just how the musical will work. And this was really beneficial for me because it got me seeing how much time I would have on the stage, when I'd need my breaks, when I needed to really push it through, and when I needed to hold back a little bit more. And I'm just finding out that Nathan Detroit has a lot more vulnerability to him than I first thought. I thought he was just a really funny character. He went around the world not really caring, and he had this girl, Adelaide, but she wasn't really anything to him. And I've now found out, running some of the scenes, that he does actually care about Adelaide a lot more than I originally thought. And that although he takes life as a big jolly, he does have a lot of thought behind him, and he is quite a care and sensitive person. So in the song The Oldest Establishment, it speaks about how Nathan Detroit is, he's really reliable, and he's the one that will get it done, and all things like that. And I realised that he's looked upon in this world of crap shooting as, the hierarchy, and the person that sort of knows what they're doing, and you can always sort of trust. And it made me see that he's been almost living, not living a lie, but living up to an expectation of what people think about him. And I feel that this whole thing with Adelaide is him playing it down just because he doesn't want people thinking that, he cares too much about anything, because he's looked upon as this character that is quite funny, he's going around as this jolly. And it was nice that when we were running these scenes to actually see that character come through, and I enjoyed experimenting just to see how it worked and how I could play the different types. So that was really fun, and the fact we're running the scenes now is making everyone a lot happier, and I feel like we're working really well as a group, and we're really all starting to enjoy it, which I think is really nice, and I'm really enjoying that everyone's getting on really well. So yeah. As well as that, I also added my choreography to Rocking the Boat. I spent a little bit of time over the weekend gaining some research into how different Rocking the Boats have been done, from professional performances to junior performances to amateur performances of adult societies, and it was really good just seeing how overall everyone worked together. How everyone did the different styles of dance, how some people really went for it as a massive dance routine and some people held back. But overall, I found in my research that it's all about being in a massive dream, and at this time they're telling a huge, huge lie. Which would give me an insight into how the actual musical ends. So for me, I killed two birds with one stone, because not only did I got my choreography up, I also did a bit of research into the show a bit deeper and had a greater understanding of what's to come. So that was fun. When designing my piece of choreography, I had to take into account everyone's abilities and how everything would work best with everyone. So, like, some people are brilliant singers, some people are brilliant dancers, some people are brilliant actors, and I realised that I had to contribute all the three to making everyone look the best that they can be. And the choreography that I chose was just something that's simple, but however I feel quite effective, in the fact that it's telling the story, but not too exotic, shall we say, not too wild. It's just simple choreography that will look effective and that everyone can do. And when we blocked this, everyone was really grasping it really quickly, and I feel that everyone enjoyed the session just because we moved quickly, we got the piece done, and we feel like we're moving forward with the project. So I'm really happy about that, and that's actually given me an insight into choreography itself, and the fact that although someone may not be a brilliant dancer, their forte may lie within dancing, maybe as a choreographer, or seeing how dance works, but not necessarily being the dancer themselves. And it made me just think about how, as a whole, the performing arts industry, there are so many little aspects to it that everyone can do, and it's not just about being an actor, and it's not just about being a dancer, but it's picking out the individual things within those sections, and it just, again, it made my research greater, and it made me have a greater understanding of it all. So, I didn't realise this, but I'm learning a lot over this period because of the amount of research we're having to do. And again, it's just making the experience really nicer, and I am really enjoying it. However, something I am finding quite hard at the moment is learning my lines. They're not going in as well as I thought they would, which is a shame, but I am really going to try, because I feel like once I put that script down, I'll be able to move a lot freer, and I'll be able to express the words better, and instead of thinking about what line I need to say next and reading the paper about what line I need to say next, I can be freer, enabling myself to talk to different characters, to move about on stage a lot freer, and just have a better time. So yeah, that's my goal for next week, is to try and get off script, and try my hardest to get these scenes learnt. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I will see you next week in a bizzle.